Hey guys, what's going on with everyone today? It's your boy Fun Predictable, and today we're going to be filling out a list of honeydews that I may or may not still have to do in my spare time. Either way, we're going to stop by visiting Vault 5 and delivering some cookies, and then we're going to be running around and cashing in some completed quests. So anyways, let's go! Okie doke, so the first thing we gotta do is deliver some cookies. There we are. Hey, Dr. Huxley, I got some for you.
Yes? Can I help you with something? A fresh batch of cookies from Lorraine? Thank you so much. She really is a lovely woman, isn't she? Make sure to give her my thanks, will you? Such a sweet lady.
Alrighty, let's go let Lorraine know that we delivered cookies.
You there. I've been looking for you. We need to have a talk.
Can I fucking help you, my good sir?
You better believe there's a problem. I'm afraid Lorraine has disappeared. By the amount of blood, we suspect murder. Witnesses said you spoke to Lorraine shortly before her disappearance.
Hold on. Wait, no, that's not fair. Because you see, I saw Lorraine literally right before I walked up the stairs. I saw her walk into her bedroom and everything. She was perfectly fine. What the fuck just happened? Dude, literally, I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
I don't know. Don't play dumb with me. Multiple witnesses saw you talking with her. If you want to remain a suspect, then so be it. Since you've refused to help us in our inquiries, you should know that we still consider you a suspect. I'll have to ask that you don't leave town for the duration of our investigation.
I'm fucking sorry, so am I just held hostage now? You know what? Fuck you, man. I'm gonna go investigate this myself, and if I find some bullshit, I'm coming back to kill you. Jesus Christ, why does she have so much fucking food? You walk into the crime scene to find it spattered with huge quantities of blood. You notice that while the blood suggests a brutal murder, there are no signs of a struggle. What's up with this blood? Yep, that's fucking blood. Yep, that's blood. The bloody knife appears to be the murder weapon, however, it is far too blunt to cause significant damage. You search the entire crime scene and something doesn't add up. Dear Diary, I have made a marvelous new friend today. I was on my way to the common room when I met our town's new doctor, Peter Huxley. He seems so shy, I think the other residents are mistrusting of him. When I stopped to talk to him, he told me all kinds of interesting stories about his time out west. I should be sure to send him a batch of cookies the next time I whip some up. Dear Diary, another bad week of playing the numbers. I really thought I was due for a win. I was so surprised when Nelson told me it was another loss. I'm sure I'll do better next week. Dear Diary, I delivered some cookies to Peter this morning. He seemed preoccupied, but I know when a man doesn't want to talk about something. I should invite him to college one day, or to the cottage one day. I'm sure the coastal air would do him good. Dear Diary, I was down in the common room this morning and I spoke to that poor boy Rusty. He was so upset that even one of my sweet rolls wouldn't cheer him up. Dear Diary, another bad week of the numbers. Really thought my luck was going to turn around, wasn't going to play again, but then Nelson told me that my number had been one away from being chosen, and I couldn't walk away when I was so close to winning. Dear Diary, Peter is such a kind man. He dropped by my cafe this morning just to say hello. I thought about inviting him to cottage, but he hurried away before I could say anything. Oh well, better luck next time. So, we already have a conglomeration of suspects from the diary alone. Only question is, why was there a blunt knife that obviously is not the murder weapon? And what the hell happened? Either way, I'm gonna go talk to Huxley, see what he has to say about this. Hey, Huxley! Lorraine's missing, you know anything?
I can't believe it. Lorraine, missing! Who could do this to such a lovely, beautiful woman?
My guy, I promise you, I'm just as upset as you are. I literally just delivered cookies and saw her literal seconds before I gave you the said cookies.
So you think there's hope? That she's still alive? Is there anything I can do to help?
Actually, it's funny you mention that because I need you to sample this blood that I actually found in her room.
Let me get a look at that. This is all very suspicious. This blood isn't fresh. I'm not even sure it's human.
So, what exactly are you saying?
I think Lorraine is still alive, unhurt. I have no idea who took her or why. but they want us to think she's been killed. Whoever it is certainly doesn't want anyone coming after her. But they've underestimated us.
So I gotta ask, why are you so attached to Lorraine?
Look, Lorraine is a very special woman. She's good and kind, and I need to make sure she's safe.
Doc, I feel like there's something more to this than that. Why does Lorraine mean so much to you? I know she was nice to you. I may or may not have dipped into her journal, but why?
Alright, I admit it. Lorraine is special to me. Is that what you wanted to hear? She's good and kind, and we need to help her.
Well, to be honest, that didn't give me any more depth than I already have, but, what do you want me to do?
We're going to have to help her. The security here is so bogged down in bureaucracy, it could take them too long to find her themselves.
Do you have any idea where she might have been
She
taken?
could have been taken anywhere. We should search her house again for clues, now we know what we're looking for. I'm coming with you, and I'm not taking no for an answer.
Yay! Huxley's part of the party! Fuck yes!
All
Let's
right,
go!
you see it my way. What's that you've got there? A diary. Might help us find a clue. So Lorraine had a cottage. If she was in trouble, she might have gone there to hide.
Alright, so where the hell is this so-called cottage? From what I understand, it's outside the city. I'm not allowed to leave the city.
Hey, are you okay?
I should be. Thank you for asking, Piper.
So, first you refuse to answer my questions, then you go snooping around Lorraine's house, now you're trying to leave town. This all looks very
Look, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, this whole ass thing is simply a misunderstanding, and if you give me a moment to explain and or go on about my day, I would be able to help you.
You're right. We just have so few leads. I need to chase every single one. You can leave. I hope you find what you're after.
Look at that, and it didn't result in your sad and untimely death, either way. Ooh. Damn, Huxley, you look like such a badass super mutant. I love it. Oh, and I love that all of his little plates of armor have individual jiggle physics. That's great. Anyways, where's the cottage? There we go. Well, after some uneventful rooftop jumping.
Oh my, I'm so sorry. I thought you was someone else. Are you alright?
Lorraine, did you just try and fucking shoot
I'm
me?
sorry. I didn't meant to shoot at you. I thought you was someone else.
Well then, if you thought I was someone else, who were you expecting?
Nelson or one of his goons, at least. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I've been playing the numbers. Racked up a huge amount of debt in losses and credit. I owe him 10,000 caps. He was going to kill me if I wasn't able to pay up. I didn't know what to do, so I decided to fake my death and flee the Commonwealth.
Well, look, there's gotta be another way to go about doing this than just straight up, leaving all of Forville and everything you built up to that. I mean, Huxley was devastated at the fact that you were dead. So there's gotta be something else we can do to help you out.
Not unless you got the money to pay the debts on you.
So, I personally would love to, but sadly I don't have the caps.
I told you there's no...
Lorraine, please. You can't leave the Commonwealth. You can't give up.
And why shouldn't I? I love Forville, but Nelson will kill me if I stay.
Because I love you, Lorraine. I've been too afraid to admit it until now, but if I don't say it now, then I may never be able to. You're the only person in that town who treats me like a normal person. Not like a super mutant who happens to be the town's doctor.
You love me?
It's true, Lorraine. I've been in love with you for so long I can't remember what it's like not to love you.
Hux, I don't know what to say.
If you love someone, hold on to them, because tomorrow you might not have the chance to. I found that out when I went into cryogenic freezing at the start of the war. I hope you guys don't make the same mistake as I did.
You're right, Huxley. I love you too. It doesn't matter to me that you're a super mutant. I love you for who you are.
Lorraine, I don't know what to say. I never thought there was any way you could feel the same way about me as I felt about you. You have to stay in Forville. We can work through this together. We can't let Nelson ruin what we have.
Yes, Huxley. I'll stay with you. It doesn't matter what we need to do. We'll find a way to get Nelson his money. I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, that's so beautiful and cute and lovely. It's fantastic.
I never thought
Huxley,
it could
you
happen.
got it. Look
I
at
never
you go.
thought Lorraine would love me.
Hey, at least it all worked out in the end, right?
I've not been this happy in a long time. I'd never have said anything if it wasn't for you. I never thought I'd feel like this. I feel human again. Thank you for everything you've done.
Woohoo! And like that, we've helped Huxley out, and we've made a happy ending.
Still in one piece.
I want everyone to know that this rifle does not have a stock on it, or this saw. It does not have a stock. It's literally just me holding an imaginary front grip with a 200-pound. I'm gonna guess triple wide magazine, even though there's no way this magazine. There's no way that holds 200 rounds. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. It's just not possible. There's no way. They were talking like a drum mag at least, but either way. Supposedly there's a lot of good loot in here, and well, I only got 3 people on me, but I should be relatively fine. I've got Electric Boogaloo on Mike. I've gotten God knows what cursed shit on Zach, who is now considered Vin Diesel now. I guess he's going by a different name now. That's cool. And then Piper.
Mabel forgot to set a timer and left a roast in the oven too long. Looks like dinner's ruined again.
Jesus. Okay, TLDR, basically she came down here, came across this machine, and her and him became best
I'm
friends.
gonna
Either way.
want to turn around very, very slowly.
Excuse me, drop the gun now. This is not how you
No
introduce
chance.
yourself to people.
Here's what happens next. You keep your hands where I can see them, turn and face the exit, and then leave the way you came in. Nicely, slowly.
Says the girl whose receiver isn't even connected to her fucking gun when I have a saw without a stock and over 200 rounds of fuck you in my magazine.
First
Not gonna happen,
warning's also
kid.
the last. Start walking, or stop breathing.
Agnes?
Well, hello there, darling, and welcome to Symphony Station.
Agnes, you're awake.
Well, of course I am. Agnes is a 24/7 type of gal, after all. Oh, wherever are my manners? Can I offer either you an ice-cold soda while you wait for the train? Or perhaps a Boston Bugle hot off the presses? Or if you're feeling lost in our beautiful new subway station, just ask Agnes and I'll get you pointed in the right direction.
Okay, Agnes. Why don't I give our visitor a quick tour of the station? Myself.
Well, that would be just fine, young lady.
Come on. We'll start with the bathroom.
You're not gonna take me in the bathroom and kill me, are you? You better not. I have a whole ass saw that I will use on your ass.
Well, here we are.
Amazing. 10 out of 10. Love this place. You brought me here to kill me, didn't you?
Look. 2 questions. First, who sent you here?
To be honest, I gotta know. Who or what has you so afraid to the point where you're hiding down here?
Alright. If you were with the people I'm worried about, you'd have already tried to kill me. And you wouldn't be anywhere near this talkative. So, second question. Did you do anything to Agnes before I found you? Did you touch anything? Mess with anything?
You know what? I was gonna tell you that yes, I did look at the terminal on the bench, but that's all. But you know what? Fuck you. Why do you want to know?
Because Agnes, she... And I was trying to figure out if maybe you'd done something to make her do that.
Well, like I said, all I did was look at the terminal, and that was it.
Alright. Fine. I don't have time to care about that right now. The thing is, I need help.
Yeah, I can tell by that bullet wound on your
There's
fucking
something
thigh.
wrong with
I'm more
Agnes.
concerned about the blood coming out of your thigh.
I've been trying to fix her for months, but I keep running into problems.
I mean, you're a 12-year-old trying to maintain a subway. But you know what? Fuck it. What exactly will this involve before I get too knee-deep into this?
I'll travel with you. Cover your back when we get into trouble. In return, you'll help me get what I need to make Agnes better.
So what exactly is wrong with Agnes that you're trying to fix?
There are times when we talk to each other. She listens to me, tells me stories. But then something happens to her. She forgets where she is, and even who she is. She forgets me, like we never even met. After a while of being like that, she'll start to remember her original programming. Some kind of pre-war automated assistant, or something like that. I'm not really sure.
She's the train station
When she
PA.
fully comes back, she says she was in her dark place, and the last few weeks it's been taking longer and longer for her to come back. That's why I wanted to know if you'd touched or changed anything when you got here. Before now, she'd been gone for almost a week solid. If the usual pattern holds, she'll only want to tell you about the weather and things like that. For a while, anyway.
So, do you think you can actually fix it being a 12-year-old girl 200 years after society has collapsed?
Her. And yes, I can.
Well, alrighty, I guess I can help then.
On one of her lucid days, she gave me a list of parts that we'll need. I've gotten all of them, except for 2. There's a scrapyard west of here. That's the next place I was headed, so I figure we could start there. And hey, thanks.
Alrighty, well, Kit, other than the glaring blood wound on your leg,
Agnes, I'm going to run out for a little bit. But we'll be back soon, okay?
If this is your first time traveling to Boston, you'll be come out and say hello to me, Agnes. Over some.
Let's just get going.
alrighty. Now that we're here, let's pray that there's no super mutants here that we have to deal with and we can just grab the part and go.
Right. That looks like it should work. There's just one more thing we need to get. There's a radio station southeast of here. We need a vacuum tube, and I'm pretty sure one would be there. This looks like the place. Hopefully this won't take long.
That's what I'm hoping for as well. Alright. A vacuum tube is what we're looking for, eh?
Almost done. Almost outdone, indeed.
Who the fuck are
Wait.
you?
Up ahead. Who is that?
A library with empty shelves and books on the floor. Why, that's a pigsty, and nothing more.
I guess we better talk to him. See if he's going to get in our way.
Might as well. Hey, nut job, what the fuck are you doing?
Nut, perhaps, nut. But more importantly, I am a nut with a job. A nut job.
Oh yeah, this guy's not insane at all. Nope.
We were looking for a vacuum tube. You wouldn't happen to have seen one, would you?
Vacuum 2, Vacuum 3, Vacuum 4.
No, vacuum
Do you have,
tube.
any idea what that even is? You're in a radio station, after all.
Oh no. No. See, I don't believe in that sort of nonsense. Radios. Gonna put us librarians right out of business, you know? I tossed every bit of that hogwash into a locker. Out of sight, out of mind, out of time. Locked it up tight, too, of course, so the radio waves won't infect my brains, or my books on brains.
We don't have time for games. Just give us the key to the locker.
A key you need's the key indeed.
I don't think we're going to get anywhere with him.
So I can kill him, right? Look, he's unarmed. The quickest solution is just put him out of his misery and kill him. Just hear me out.
I guess that makes sense.
I mean, you want us out of here as quickly as possible, don't you?
Of course I do. All right. I'll take care of it.
I love ragdolls.
It's done. Let's get what we need from him and get out of here.
Oh, that was well done. Literally, the only thing here was a fucking vacuum tube, and that was it.
You're here.
It would seem you didn't quite make it as far as the ocean after all. Too bad.
No.
Who is this man?
God. You're here.
It would seem you didn't quite make it as far as the ocean after all. Too bad.
No. Get away from me.
You were not given instruction to speak. Were you?
Kit, what the fuck is going on? Who is this?
I'm afraid your questions will go unanswered, Waster. Because she is a machine, and machines cannot respond to questions which they have not been instructed to answer.
So, you're saying she's a synth,
I
then?
little care to debate the precise definition of machine with you. Indeed, I've heard of your synthetic metal men. They're of no concern to me or my people. This herald was delivered not of metal, but of flesh. Just as you or I, but for a purpose that cannot be explained in these rapidly withering moments of my patience.
If you're getting impatient, then you better fucking answer my
I
question.
answer only when addressed by my betters. For now I have come only to reclaim possession of the weapon standing before you, which you unlawfully possess and no doubt irresponsibly command. To try and delay us or complicate my objective would be unwise, as I do not favor your chances of success.
Who are you people
Brother
exactly?
Shrike, devourers of the world that was and bringers of the world to come. To know more now would make us enemies, far sooner than the appointed time.
Just, judging by that gun alone, I don't think she wants to come with
Yours
you.
is the world of doubts, Waster. Ours is that of order and stricture. The dead vagrant in the corner. Yes, I know the work of a Shrike Herald when I see it. It is a thing of beauty. 2 shots to center mass. A clean job as always. Do your eyes allow you to doubt that such a clean kill would be committed by whatever sort of child you suspect this to be? Allow me to speculate. You ordered her to kill that man, did you not? She did not, of her own volition, raise her weapon and fire? And, if I may further speculate, she's been following you around for however long she's been escaped from my custody, following whatever orders you've given her. Almost, you might say, as might a machine given instruction.
Okay, in my defense, dude, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I've killed that guy probably a total of 30 different times with my save file corrupting. Not that you know what that is, with your world being the way that it is. Either way, though, just getting to this point was hard enough, so I'm just gonna explain to you that that's not the same thing at all, because fuck you.
Isn't it, though? If I had to guess, I would say she complied quite willingly. An accurate guess. Is it not? Enough talk. Step aside while I collect my property and quit this ungodly waste as quickly as possible.
You see, kid, doesn't it feel better to do as instructed? To be instructed? Oh, I'm sure you've been enjoying this little game of yours, but
Now it's time to come home, don't you think? What are you doing
Yeah,
here?
Kit Kat.
Your
I
sister
get
is
it.
here because that is my will. And having not taken leave of her function, she complied as dictated by her purpose. Perhaps you should meditate upon her example as we journey back to the territories. Perhaps also pray. And if you are yet righteous enough to be heard, then let us hope the priests will remember the considerable investment you represent, and think better of destroying so valuable a weapon. Our time in this rotting shack is concluded, Waster. Stand aside.
You are not taking her, period. That's not what this is about.
So be it. May your body, as it rots, nourish the soil of the world to come, so that, at least, you will have carried out your purpose.
Heralds, for the Shrike.
You crazy?
You're dead. You're dead. You're dead.
Come to that.
Keeper,
Don't.
our path through chaos, the homeward star. What will we do now, sister? What will we do? Please, don't hurt her. She's helpless without Alec. Cat, listen to me very carefully. You don't belong here. Go home. That's all you have to do. You know the way home. I know you do. And I know you can get there on your own. Go west, through Broken Rock. Then keep moving until you see the gates. She'll be alright. Let's just get out of here. It's a long story. For another time, maybe. I'd just like to get this stuff back to Symphony Station. And to check on Agnes. Please.
I suppose when I'm raiding this guy's corp. Alright, that looks a lot better on you anyways, Mike. Ah! There we go, much better.
Agnes, we're back. And we've got the parts you needed.
Well, that's just wonderful. Now, Kit, I must ask you to run downstairs to old Alfred's workshop and make sure those parts will work. Just to be sure it's all in good working order. We can't hardly be too careful, can we?
What? Right now?
Please, Kit.
Fine, but I'll be back.
Seems kinda
Now,
suspicious.
darling, I must speak quickly. Before I go dark again.
Oh, hey, Agnes. So we're gonna talk now. Are you alright? Are you better now? Did we fix
Well,
you?
darling, I'm afraid I really am not.
What's wrong with you
I am
then?
broken. Plain and simple. I guess you could say that the good folks at Corporation put one hell of a battery inside me, but couldn't have been bothered to design a memory module worth a scratch. There are long stretches where I can't even remember the name they gave me, or where I am. It's a dark place. Like I'm out of my mind.
So effectively what I'm thinking is, from what I'm hearing from you, your memory is effectively a hard drive with limited space, and after 200 years worth of just doing the same thing over and over and over again, your hard drive has basically become corrupt. But when did this start happening? About, what time war was?
You mean, when did I start losing my mind? Honestly, darling, I couldn't straightly tell you. It's been lonely down here. No windows, no sun, no telling day from night. Time's been easy to lose. When Alfred's battery finally gave out, well, that's when things really went south. At least, could tell me the date and time when I asked. I believe the last date he told me was... It's getting so hard to remember.
Who is Alfred?
I imagine he's around here somewhere. What's left of him, anyway. Just contracted with Robco for a robot steward that could perform routine maintenance for the subway. We were quite something, the pair of us. People sure did marvel at the sight. But then there were no more people. No more visitors. And Alfred was really the only friend I had. He stuck around as long as he could. But then, poor bastard. Lucky bastard.
So, do you have like a mind or consciousness or
I mean
something?
the part of me inside. The part of me that thinks, decides, and feels.
What do you feel?
Pain. Fear.
How is it possible that you're even able to feel pain?
I don't rightly know. I know I've got no arms, no legs, no face. But I am hurting.
Why would they program you to feel pain then?
Honestly, I can't hardly begin to see the sense in it. But in any case, here we are. Here I am.
You said something about fear. What exactly do you fear?
Of dying. Of the emptiness I feel all around me in every direction. And water. Of all the silly things.
I feel like that's foreshadowing.
I can't imagine there's a single drop of water to be found in this entire station. But I'm just entirely terrified of being swallowed up. Of drowning. Thank you for your kindness, darling. Really.
So, how can I help?
I have to ask you to forgive me for such an ugly request. What I am asking is for you to disrupt and then destroy my mainframe. I am asking that you end this, that you end me.
I need to know more about you
Of
first.
course.
Are you the only Agnes that's around, or are there other versions of you that could possibly have spare parts?
There are many, well, instances of my programming all across the city. Alfred had a peek once when giving me a monthly check. According to him, very little data stored in each individual unit. The vast bits of my programming must come from somewhere else. But I'm afraid I don't know much about what that is.
Have you always had conscious thought, or when did this start
I
developing?
can't say I rightly know. And I realize how unhelpful that must be. All I know is that there are periods of time where I'm like this, with you now. I can articulate my thoughts and speak my mind, such as it is. And then there's the other times, when I go dark. But I can hardly recall what happens. When I come back, it's like I never left. And I find Kit in such a state about it. All I know is, I want it to stop. I want to stop. Stop. I want to stop. Please.
I'm not happy about it, but I'll do it.
Darling. Oh, I'd be so grateful, really. You've no idea just how much. But I'll be truthful. The task is liable to start. I am not actually here. In Symphony Station, I mean. Before he passed on, oh, poor Alfred dragged himself all over the place. Pulling on every cord, cable, and conduit he could get his hands on. Oh, spent his last scrap of power on it, too. But still, here I am. I must have a mainframe somewhere, broadcasting my programming and awareness, I suppose it's called. And that mainframe, wherever it is, will have to be shut down and destroyed.
So then where's your mainframe located
Yes,
then?
well, I'm afraid that very question has turned out to be quite the bee in my bonnet. I don't know exactly where I am. But based on the equipment in the maintenance closet, Alfred was convinced that I received my programming signals by way of radio waves. So, wherever my mainframe is broadcasting from, it's got to be somewhere in the Commonwealth.
There's got to be somewhere I can start looking.
Yes, as a matter of fact. I do have this advertisement for an Agnes store located in Back Bay. It looks like they sold lots of me. If the place is still standing, perhaps there may be some clues there.
Alrighty, I'll check there.
Thank you so much for this, darling. You've really got no idea how much it means to me. There is just, well, one more little thing. It's Kit. I can tell you plainly that she will not want to go along with what I'm asking you. She wants to fix me. She thinks that's what those parts are for. When she first got here, I asked her to do, well, this. Exactly what I'm asking you to do now. We've been forming something like a bond. Quite possibly the first she's ever had. And when I asked, it just broke her heart. It's my fault. Oh, she's just a child. She wants to help me, but hasn't got the heart to. And nor should she. Nor should she. Do you understand? I don't know if the right thing to do is to lie to her or tell her the truth and try and talk her into it. That, darling, I'm afraid I shall have to leave to you.
Alright, it's done. What are you two talking about?
Oh, you needn't worry, darling. Our friend here was just...
Alright. Hey, come here for a second. I want to show you something.
Alright, what's the deal,
You
Kit?
do know I'm not an idiot, right?
Well, of course, but, you know, you want to just quit beating around the bush and tell me right to the point what you
Been
need?
down here for months, trying to fix her. Trying to help her. I think I've got a good idea of what she needs to get her back to full capacity, to keep her memory intact, and to keep the dark place away. And when I installed the parts we collected downstairs, it didn't boost her power levels like she told me it would. It actually boosted her broadcasting signal. Did she tell you what those parts were really for?
Ah, I hate confrontation. This is bullshit. Fucking hell. I don't like this. Okay, so on one hand, she already knows. She already knows her original plan. And I'm sure she's able to figure out from the fact of those parts or strengthening the broadcast signal of the thing, she's trying to get someone else who'd be willing to cut her off. On one hand, I could lie to her and help her, but then I'm lying to her for the rest of her life and her entire continuation with us in the settlement, with me, Piper, Zach, Mike, Europa, and all of us. And I can't bring her into the family if we're going to build it on lies. So, I mean, to be honest, I'm going to decommission Agnes one way or another, because if I don't do it, someone else will. And I don't want that girl having a vendetta against that man for the rest of her life. I'd rather it be someone she works with and has talked with and has done a couple of things with before. So, we're going to tell the truth, and we're going to see how it goes.
No. If you even try to hurt her...
Either way, she's in pain, she's confused, she doesn't know what's going on, she is existing forever. Haven't you noticed?
Of course I have. That's the whole reason I've been working to fix her. I do trust her.
But this is what she wants, and I'm sorry for that.
Yeah. Let's just get out of here and go to the Agni store like she asked us to. Maybe we've been missing something that could still help her.
That could be
or
it too.
Maybe she'll change her mind.
That could happen as well.
Either way, thank you for telling me what's going on.
You deserve to know. Like I said, I'm sorry, but this is her wish. Alrighty.
Better than expected.
Ah. Introducing Agnes, blah blah, same poster I was up in the subway. Alright, that key was in the dumbest place ever, Kit, but let's do it. Copy Agnes hotfix to personal drive.
Huh. I wonder what those extra functions in Agnes's voice memo code were supposed to be for. Maybe we can try to run the upgrade ourselves and see if we learn anything about her.
You know, it honestly wouldn't be the worst idea, so we can do that. Agnes portable. Personal storage.
Now, we should just have to run the update. Hang on a second. Let me look at this. It looks like the voice memo feature contained some kind of hidden debugging mode. It almost looks like it was designed to listen for certain sounds and then respond with its own. But why? This code is a real mess. There are functions here that What were they doing with her? Doesn't look like there's much else here to see, other than that. Sorry. Was just curious if I could find out more about how she works.
Well, hopefully we can figure that out.
But I think we've got what we need to try recording those sales presentations and see if anything happens.
Alrighty.
Honey, is it cold outside this morning?
I'm not sure. Has the paper not come yet today?
And there you have it, folks. Why not step into the next room and see what more Agnes can do for you? Power of radio waves, our boys down in the lab keep Agnes connected to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You'll never be alone again. No matter if you're at home, at your places of work or play, Agnes will be there ready to help and ready to amaze. Just say the magic word, and you can rest assured that unlike the people you know and love, Agnes is always actually listening. Thanks, Agnes. Now, why not head on upstairs and see even more of what Agnes can do for you? With Agnes, it's easier to keep your cool in the kitchen.
Oh, darn it all. I just can't seem to recall my conversions.
With Agnes, it's easier to keep your cool in the kitchen.
Oh, darn it all. I just can't seem to recall my conversions. And my hands are just covered in cocaine.
Don't you worry that pretty little head. Remember, with Agnes, you've got a pal who always listens. Unlike that stone-aged moron of a husband you've got. Am I right, ladies? Of course I am.
Oh, that's right. Hey, Agnes, how many ounces are in a kilo?
There are 35 ounces in an uncut Colombian kilogram.
Wow, that was easy. Thanks, Agnes.
Of course, darling. Stay safe out there.
Glad you ladies are having a good time. What do you say we get a bit more comfortable?
Thanks ever so much for inviting us to the party. But golly, it sure is quiet in here. Say, I'd sure love to hear that hot new Cab Calloway record. Do you have it?
Well, no, I haven't. Sorry, ladies. How about some Wagner?
Sorry, fella, but at this rate, the only thing you're screwing tonight is the pooch. Even a sap like you can score like Garrick. With the power of Agnes, all you have to do is ask.
Good thinking. Hey, Agnes, play Jumpin' Jive by Cab Calloway. And say, while you're at it, let's bring these lights down to something a bit more festive, eh?
Ooh, there's the stuff.
Thanks, Agnes.
Yep.
Don't you deserve to live life in the fast lane? Let those other jackasses on the road find their own way. With Agnes riding along with you, he'll never get lost again, and you'll never have to stop and ask for directions. Even though there's no way in hell we actually missed our exit, so why not shut up about it already?
Hey, Agnes, how do I get to Fallon's department store?
In 2 miles, turn left onto West Main Street.
Yeah, thanks, Agnes.
Nothing stays hidden forever. At least, not if I have my say.
What was that? Supposedly there's an office nearby that just unlocked. Keep going.
Mister, can you hear me? My name is Agnes Holloway. I'm from Beaumont, Texas, and they've done something to me, to my mind. I don't know where I am, what's happening, but just, it hurts. It's hurting. Please help me. I want to go home, mister. I just want to go home. Please.
You answer it.
Fuck that! I ain't gonna answer that shit. Number one, there's a spotlight on. Number two, it's bright red. Number three, that's almost assuredly gonna blow up. But okay.
Oh my god. Do you really think... Is it really possible that Agnes was human once? Why would they have done that? All of that? No wonder she has this too.
There has to be more that we can learn. Maybe there's a way to save her, resolve all this, and fix it altogether.
I don't know. And right now, I don't care. We just have to find her mainframe and put a stop to all of this.
We still don't know where her mainframe is, though, Kit. What are we gonna do about that?
Those coordinates from the manager's terminal. I think I might know how to decipher them.
If there's something that I need to know, then it's really important that you let me know.
I suppose it's time I told you the truth about why I came to the Commonwealth to begin with. When we met, I told you that I was here because I was running away from home. Obviously, after what happened at the radio station, I'm sure you figured out that's not the full story. That man, Alex, he didn't come after me because I'd run away. Not exactly. He came after me because he sent me here. And I didn't come back.
Why are you telling me this now?
I'm sorry about that. It was just so hard to get away from that place, to really leave it. That... I guess I wanted to pretend that it never existed. It's Agnes. That's what they sent me here to find. And bring back home. She's more than she seems. More than a digital personal assistant, or whatever the posters and those demonstrations said she was.
So, what exactly is she then?
I don't know. All mission barometers are strictly need to know. And I am not allowed to ask.
You said you were sent here to do what exactly?
Locate your physical mainframe and source code and bring it. Plus any necessary technology back with me to my home. Bellwether.
So what do you need to do now?
There's a broadcasting tower to the far north of here. I know exactly where it is. There's a shack nearby with a lot of radio equipment. Once we're there, I should be able to find a way to decipher these broadcast coordinates. I'll put the coordinates on your Pip-Boy. Before we go, is there anything else you'd like to know?
Who are you really? Just completely fall out, chips on the table, I want to know every detail. Who was that man?
I like Torconian, my keeper, and my sisters.
What is a keeper exactly?
Difficult to explain. A keeper operates his herald as you would a computer terminal, or any tool at your disposal. A rifle left unattended harms no one. It is the hands that grasp it that kill. From the mountain, the keeper curls his fingers, and from the valley, his herald makes a fist.
Are you upset that he's dead?
No. I should have let a bullet loose into his skull the moment I saw him in that radio station. I'm still so angry with myself that I didn't. That I couldn't.
Is Cat also a herald?
An acrylic cube, 8 by 8 feet, suspended by wire, 100 feet above the ground, right in the center of the city. Nothing inside, but a slit for air, a single bottle of water, and a bucket. When I was 7, I was caught stealing contraband from a captive. That got me 3 days up in the clear. I remember sitting up there, staring out over the city walls and imagining that the air beneath me was water, and that the cube was a ship that could take me somewhere. Anywhere, really. As long as it was far, far away.
I'm gonna be honest, that's unacceptable punishment for anyone, especially a child.
I'm still trying to understand that.
As am I, kid. As am I. Do you have any other family?
My people are my family. Were.
That girl there looked just like you, you
Yeah.
know?
That is Kat. My sister.
What happened to Kat back at the radio station?
You mean when she went catatonic? Her keeper was killed right in front of her. She felt like she had no voice, no sight, no understanding, no function.
You mean no orders to follow?
Let me ask you something. That device you wear on your arm, Pip-Boy, right? When you turn its wheels and push its buttons, do you believe you're giving it orders to follow?
That's not the same thing at all.
To my people, it's exactly the same thing.
So why? What's the point of a setup like
Because
that?
a herald is an emblem, a sign of the world to come. The priests say that the Ante-Finum era, the world that was, ended because the thread of order had frayed. The veil of humanity, ripped into halves by aimless minds and degenerate hands. And he who hopes for a stitch must learn to relish the needle, lest the mender become wrath, and cut more threads for lack of faith.
So what do we need to do now to get everything situated?
There's a broadcasting tower to the far north. There's...
Really?
Before we go...
Nope, let's head out. Alright, now we're here at the tower that Kit was talking about. Kit was talking about.
No, they found him. There's a note.
What does it say?
It's a message for me. See for yourself.
home now.
They must have come here before they found me at the radio station.
Who is
Alec, my keeper, and Kat, my sister.
Why? What were they looking
Me.
for? Why would you have been out here of all places?
His name was Miller. He was part of my assignment to retrieve Agnes. Not at first. When I found Agnes in Symphony Station, she would power on but barely speak. It didn't take long before I realized that her mainframe wasn't actually located there. Her primary data signal that feeds into the station is wireless, and I realized I'd have to track down the source to get her back to full capacity. But the buildings downtown were causing too much interference, and I wasn't able to triangulate the signal source. Not precisely, anyway. So I moved outside of downtown, tried again, and picked up a signal with a similar footprint coming from here. From him. Miller. God, I'm so sorry. I should have known that if I tracked you down, Kat would have been able to as well.
Spare me the details. Let's just get what we came here for and not dive any further into it.
Of course. The terminal on the desk over there should have what we're looking for. Hopefully this will just take a second.
Hopefully.
Damn it. Looks like they tried to delete everything. But I bet they didn't think of... I'm in. Copying data. And done. Alright, I think that's everything we'll need. Once we get the tower outside online, we can pick up Agnes' source signal, and that will lead us right to her mainframe.
Alrighty.
Locked up tight. Let's take a look around.
Seems to be near the Museum of Witchcraft. Alright. The signal's coming from in here? How is that possible?
Yes. And see here, the progress of decay is considerably advanced compared to the other specimens.
Lorenzo? What are you doing here, bub? Lorenzo, my man, what's up, guy?
Well, well. Fate brings us together again. I'm so enjoying the chance to finally experience this new world of ours.
Nice to see you getting out and about.
Oh, yes. I have so much catching up to do after 400 years of being alone with my thoughts. I've been collecting data from as many people as I can find with that radiation syndrome, which seems to increase longevity. Ghouls, I think, is the colloquial term these days. The prejudice of the common folk towards the ugly and different is one thing that hasn't changed. I find it a simply fascinating subject, especially the parallels with my own condition.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm rather impressed, man. What have you learned so far?
No, not yet. I'm just at the beginning of my research. I'll need to collect much more data before I can start drawing any conclusions. Until next time.
See you later, Lorenzo. Nice seeing you, bub.
The similarities with my own condition are intriguing. Surely an example of parallel development. Or is it?
Alright, either way, while Lorenzo's over there doing his own thing, I am going to probably pause the episode here. Feel like that's a fairly decent place to leave off. We will pick up next in the next episode, and as always, remember everyone, I know this one went on for a little longer, but stay unstoppable.
Similar to the others, yet with so many differences.
Stay unstoppable, stay unbeatable, but most importantly, stay fun predictable. And I will see you guys all later.